that's like wildly offensive. Because, the offensive era of beauty was like 2014.
Now, what was happening then? Give me a reminder of what happened in 2014.
Okay, so this was the era of like the beauty challenges, like who could go viral, who could do the most tomfoolery.
Oh, tomfoolery!
For a check, for some likes. This is like deep in the Instagram peak lore. It was a lot, but people would do stuff like blending my foundation with Christian Louboutins. Literally pumping foundation on the back of the shoe, and we're dead serious.
What? So how do you? Did that change your relationship with being on YouTube? Seeing the change and the skyrocketing of people such as yourself becoming larger than life, and then it becoming kind of this cash grab. How did you feel as you started to see it change?
Do you know what? I feel like there's a lot of good discussions happening around this now about how when you're a celebrity, and I don't necessarily agree with this, but there's almost this era of like, you signed up for this. You opted in to the chaos that comes with this job. But I think what a lot of people forget is that in 2009, I signed up for this. Like, what? Like, it's almost this, like, the influencer is like not the celebrity. We're almost like celebrity adjacent. But in that era, like when I started this as a job, like, it wasn't like that at all. So seeing it kind of develop into this, you have to be careful what you say. You have to be, and that's not necessarily a bad thing either, because obviously if you have a lot of eyes watching you, you should use your platform
a level of responsibility.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I don't believe people saying cancel culture ruins lives. Some of y'all need to be canceled. All right, we'll start there. Some of y'all need to pack it up. Okay. Some of y'all are doing crazy things with your platform.
Okay.
But what I will say is the lines are getting really blurred in a way that's not really, I don't know. I just feel like there needs to be more said about this specifically with content creators, because there's things like harassment, like stalking,
I've
like
talked about this. I've talked about this before, where I feel like you, and then I also, and maybe this is just like kind of me like surrendering to it, is that as a public figure, I have learned to have the boundaries of understanding what I can expect from other people. Yeah. And it is unfortunate, but I do kind of expect, I don't want to say it, but the bullying, the I want to know this, I want to know that. It doesn't mean I give into it. Right. But I don't know that I can expect you to not do that when that's how you perceive me.
That's true.
But then it's up to us, which I think you've done a really good job at. I mean, you're known online as like, she'll fucking block your ass. And I think that's important. You know what I'm saying? Too. Because it's you putting up a boundary. And it's saying, look, I put y'all heavy, but I'm not going to speak on this. I'm not going to let you think you can speak on this. And this is, respect me and I'll respect you.
For sure.
I think that's what it takes, because people are never going to stop wanting. They're just not. I wish that was something, but it's like, no, some people are going to want more and feel entitled to it. And it's all we can learn to do more and more in this day and age is not give in to that. And not be afraid.
Sorry to interrupt you, but also please. To like set a standard. So it feels extreme when I do it because nobody else does. Because I'm gonna just keep it all the way buck. The reason why a lot of people, I'm not gonna say everybody, but at least a reason why a lot of creators specifically don't like to say not too much to their audience is because, hot take, I'm not saying this is every creator, they capitalize off of that parasocial relationship and use it to their advantage.
Of course.
Personally, I would rather have peace. I'd rather look at my audience like real people. So like if I'm having this conversation with a real life friend and I'm like, girl, you doing too much, I'm going to tell her, girl, you doing too much. Like, actually, I don't really want to talk about that. You know what I mean? And I value having like a respectable relationship with the people who follow me, as opposed to being like, they treat me like crap, but hey, at least they're buying product. Like, nah, that's not really like the example I personally want to set. And I know other people don't say anything most times because, one, they're afraid, but also sometimes they're just be like, well, whatever, like I'm willing to exploit my family, my kids for a check. And that's how some people really are. And it's like, I'm just not, at the end of the day, I need to be able to like sleep at night, knowing that I love what I do. I didn't compromise the ounce of privacy that I have, you know what I mean?
I really love that, because I think it's true. Like you said, it's not pointing any fingers or saying anything, but there is something to be said when people don't have boundaries. Yeah. That you then have to question, why are they not having any boundaries? Is it being exploitative? Is it, and sometimes we're not asking those questions because we just want the tea.
For sure. But sometimes there's not always, it's just like, I just please stop asking. Like, it's just not, I'm not really cool talking about that. Sometimes I literally just say, I don't really want to talk about that just to prove a point, because I don't have to. Yes. Like, there's nothing to dig for. Like, I don't think it matters, Just, it's okay. That. Like, I've created a really curated box and I'm like, this is safe, this is safe, this is not.
Yes.
This is cool, this is cool, this is
I talk about that in my book, Master of Me. It comes out in November, where I'm literally like, there is a relation that when you speaking of this parasocial relationships, and it's interesting too because you have to get everybody around you on board too, because they'll start attacking everybody around you.
That's true.
Where it's like, this is my life, this is what I've dealt with, this is what I know, and these are the boundary lines, these are the guidelines, and I want you to stay within that. And if not, then you just won't hear nothing from me. It'll just be cut off. And I've had to also explain that in my life to my family and friends, where it's like, I'm not going to tell them everything about you and you and you. That doesn't mean it's not true and it's not real, but it's just because this is not this is my job. Imagine going to your job. I always tell people too, when they're wondering these things about a career in entertainment, is imagine going to your job. Let's say you work, I don't know, at I'm trying to think of somewhere, Bank of America.
Yeah.
Okay? And you going in there, so what'd you do last night? I heard when you walked in, I seen your tail light was busted.
Right.
What happened? Who did that? Or you and your mama, y'all good? You would literally be like,
you'd be weirded out.
Get out of my business. Like, you'd be like, yo, what? Go to your cubicle real quick.
Mind your business.
Pop you. And I don't think people see it that way with our industry, especially like you said, as a content creator. There's a totally different thing from Leonardo DiCaprio, where it's like, oh, I own you. I could touch you. You got you. You know what I mean? But it's still like, yo, I got my own life. I got my own thing. This is just my job. So I think it is important that we continue to like massage what that is and like set boundaries for the expectations for that, because people got to have their life,
and we got to stop moving the goalposts too, because it wasn't like this. I know people are going to keep changing rules. That's what they're going to do, but you can't get mad at people who resist them, because to this day, whenever people say that's what you signed up for, I quite literally say that's the exact opposite, actually. Because if I wanted to be treated like a celebrity, then I would just become one. I'd be on the Housewives, I'd be on a show.
Would love to see you on one of those shows.
No, Keke, straight jacket. It would give straight jacket. Like, I'm not even joking.
Just give that vibe so good.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
Braids, faux locks, twists, and knots. Your girl has dabbled with all of them, okay? And the freedom and joy I experience while staying true to myself and my ancestors by rocking my natural hair is unparalleled. I love my kinks and twists and coils, and you should too. Knowing there are black folks out here still getting discriminated against for how we wear our hair doesn't sit right with me. And our amazing sponsor, Dove, agrees. In 2019, Dove co-founded the Crown Coalition to advocate for the passage of the Crown Act, which prohibits race-based hair discrimination based on hair texture and protective styles in the workplace and in K-12 public schools and charter schools. Dove supports the Crown movement by driving awareness of the issue of race-based hair discrimination, advocating for the Crown Act petition signatures, and championing a world that respects and celebrates the beauty of black hair. And not to get y'all all after school special, but with the goal of reaching 1 million signatures, we need y'all to show up and show out. Okay, so join Dove and taking action to help end race-based hair discrimination by signing the Crown Act petition at dove.com/crown. How did you deal with, this is such a good question. Like, how people became quite literally obsessed with you. And then, like you said, it's not really your personality. Like, it's this thing that you love that you're doing.
Yeah.
But like, there's a resistance to that. Like, I imagine your friends or your family, like you said, your best friend, were they like, girl, you need to, you know what I mean? How did you feel about like kind of being able to say, no, even though this could make me this X, Y, and Z money and da.
Yeah.
How did you like kind of push some of that away?
Well, here's the thing. In the beginning, it wasn't really like that bad, because, and I don't want this to turn into people thinking I'm just like ragging on everybody don't follow me. Like, absolutely not. I love my community. Okay, good.
Yeah.
But I think it was manageable because it was not so, I actually don't think people were like obsessed with Jackie the person. I think they like had this idea of like what I represented, and we had a shared obsession for beauty.
Yeah.
So it was actually kind of like, okay, this is fun. Like, we could both be obsessed. Like, what's good is Sephora? You know what I mean? So it was kind of like fun, and it allowed me to build that relationship with the audience that didn't just focus on me and center me. Does that make sense? So there was like a common,
I love everything you're saying.
There was a common shared love. So even though it was a bit of adjusting, I'm not gonna lie, it is a bit of adjusting to get used to, because as a creator, you're like, whoa, this is what it's turning into. I didn't know it would turn into this when I first started. Like, what do I do? How do I handle?
I think you're having a resistance, and you've always had a resistance to idolism, is what I'm hearing.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm
Don't
hearing.
let me start preaching.
Yeah, you love your audience, but you just want to make sure they know it's us. We vibed out. It ain't
us.
Me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like, we literally talked about this in a video like 2 years ago, because I had to tell people stop calling me auntie. I don't know if you remember this, but there was a whole era of like Auntie Jackie, and then it was cute until it wasn't cute, and it was like, okay, you're 40. Like, why are you calling me yo auntie? Like, You got kids. Like, I'm confused.
Jackie,
Like,
please,
why am
that's
I
also so
auntie?
Leo of your ass.
No, it's
Leo
actually
don't play with that shit.
No, it was because I was going through a lot of personal things, being the eldest, because I'm the oldest of 7 in my family.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that.
Oh, trauma, straitjacket. So I had my own, I have one parent that's an immigrant. So the stakes for the firstborn daughter in an African household is you quite literally have to be perfect.
Oh my God.
So what I realized is like a lot of my personal life, and it was really tough having this conversation because a lot of people were like, oh my God, you're putting into words something I never thought. I realized in myself, like, thank you for verbalizing. Like, I've been going through the same thing too. What I didn't realize, because I was young, like, you don't know everything when you first start something. I started YouTube at 21. I didn't know anything. I thought I did, but I didn't. But what I started to realize is my personal life is starting to mirror how people treat me professionally. And I had to say,
Interesting.
how am I allowing and playing into that? And I started to feel like the community, actually, I'm not even going to say the community. It really wasn't the people who supported me. It was like, I think the people adjacent, like in the beauty world, who knew who I was. And they were like, it just felt like the pedestal just kept getting higher and higher. And the separation between Jackie as a person and like Jackie's community was starting to, there was a bigger gap. And it was like, I'm not encouraging that. That's something that other people are doing. What can I do to change? And I started to realize, like, I feel like I'm always going to run into this issue if people still keep putting me in this auntie, mother, you know what I mean?
Somebody they're leaning on, somebody they're learning from. Exactly. You feel like, hey guys, the truth is, I'm also still learning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's honestly, it wasn't an issue for me because people, you know what people turned it into, which was actually really hurtful.
Yeah.
They turned it into, you just don't want to admit you're getting old.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like,
yeah,
I'm so sorry. There's
not even
nothing you're doing that I'm not like. Do you understand that, like, the wisdom that you get from getting older? Like, I would never, to understand, like, what I've been through, I would never want to go back.
But also, that's a pseudo emotion. Like, it's never about age. You know what I mean? It's really never about, it's always about something underneath. Usually, it's about, like you said, a change, an evolution, a trigger of representing something that you no longer want to have with you, which is these crazy expectations. And it's dope that you were able to see beyond that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we just do take the surface emotion. Oh, yeah, it's that. And we never really get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, when you realized, when that moment happened and you know, you were kind of, it seemed like you were standing up to that, but you were really standing up to so much more.
I thought I was standing up to just that, but then I think the conversation that took place after, I was like, oh, y'all are tweaking out. I don't know about y'all. Like, I don't know, some people took it way too far.
Yeah.
But it felt good talking about it.
Yeah.
It was I think it was the first time in a long time I actually was like humanized.
Yes.
And I wasn't, like, people were starting to tiptoe that line and like push me further. And it was like, I don't really like the way.
How did you change that in your life, in your actual life? Because I will admit, you are such a remarkable person, and I mean, I can't imagine what that is like for you. You know what I mean? To be wake up in the morning, I'm bomb. Every time you see me, I'm on point. Every time I say something, it's eloquent. Obviously, it comes with a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But it is who you are. So how did you kind of get through that moment of what that meant for you? Of like, yes, I am remarkable. Yes, I am amazing. But like, let me give myself a break.
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like?
I think, to be honest with you, having a support system.
Yeah.
And finally being comfortable, and every firstborn daughter will know what this feels like, but like finally getting to a place where it's like, oh, I actually don't have to do this. Like,
the saying no gag,
which is tough.
It's, girl, I'm not the firstborn daughter. I'm a middle child, but you know, everybody want our shit.
Yes.
So it has its own hang-ups.
Yes, I get it. No, it's tough. Like, it's really, really tough saying or not falling into that, I'll just do it myself.
Yes.
I got it. And I started to realize, like, the women who came before me, my friends that are in their 40s, I have friends in their 50s, I have friends in their 60s. That's why I say, when people say this, like, when it turns into the whole ageism conversation, I'm like, it would never be that. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't want to offend nobody, but it would quite literally never be that. Because the women that I know that are even older than me are not doing what they could have done if they were younger. Like, it just wouldn't have physically been possible.
No.
So,
I mean, also, and I look back at my 20s, and obviously 20s, yeah, it was great, but honestly, it was really exhausting.
It was exhausting.
It was, oh my God, like, it was exhausting, and you know, everything was supposed to be so great, and it wasn't. Like, your concept of expectations, like, at 30, I'm surprised.
Right.
Oh, wow, love that. Like, everything, it just feels different. I do think that there's some truth to the statement of, you know, not to make it all sound, you know, but when they say, because I never understood that the youth is wasted on the young concept. I never really understood that.
What does that mean when people say that? that.
So what I think it means now to me is that like you only can get older to have the peace that we have. Like the older that we get, that peace comes with age. And you might wish that you were like, oh damn, if I was 20, I would have had that. But it's not possible.
I don't think, okay, yeah, I see
it's not possible to have it because the experiences you have in your 20s is what makes 30s better. The experience you have in your 30s is what makes 40s better, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So to your point, like what you just said, the women that you know now that are older, that are doing things that they're doing now, they couldn't have done it.
It's not possible.
If they were, right.
Yeah.
And so it's like this, that's I think what it means is like, you know, it's really sarcastic. It's not really so much that it's wasted on the young. It's that's give yourself a break. You know what I mean? When you're younger, it's never going to be what it is when you're older.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
look forward because that's where the magic happens.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Kind of vibe is how I take it.
And then don't look so forward that you also miss out on what you could learn and experience in your 20s, because my 20s were traumatizing, Keke.
Girl, me
and
too.
It was awful. Like never would want to relive some of those things. But
Yeah.
sadly and unfortunately, it made me who I was. And you know what? Also something that I really struggled with, back to the whole auntie thing. A lot of people glorify, you're so this, you're so that, you're so everything. And I would never tell people what I had to experience to get there.
Yes.
So it gets to a point where it's like,
Yes.
I don't only want to be reminded of.
And they don't believe you. Because
They would never
now,
believe me.
because now you're so on this pedestal.
They would never believe
Girl, that's
me.
the most sickening part. Because, and then let's take it back all the way to when you started and what you started for. It's that communal relationship. It's that
Exactly.
you see yourself in me, and now you don't put me up so here that now you can't even see yourself in me. So what I'm really doing?
So we got to go back to what we started with.
Yes, it's
so we
so
can be fun for both of us.
It's
you know,
so
yeah.
true, and I feel the same way. Where it's like, that's why I've done what I've done. When I started performing and stuff like that, it all came from a place of community. My parents, they were like, well, if you're going to perform, then, you know, the same way that your friend was talking to you about encouraging you about what people want to see in you, that they see in you, was the same thing that my parents did. But then it gets to a point where you have success, where the very people that you're speaking to, they cannot see themselves in your success. And so then it becomes this thing where the whole reason why you did it, it can no longer even be impactful.
That's why it's
really tough.
Yeah, it is tough, and that's what motivates me and inspires me.
Yes.
So the moment I start seeing like, oh, we are deviating, we need to bring it back, because you need to see the people that you admire go through stuff too.
Yes, and see yourself in them. Otherwise, what's the point? Yeah, it's so
Facts.
true.
I don't think I'm so far removed.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever will be.
Yeah.
I hope I don't.
And to that point, the truth is that you also are remarkable. But that doesn't
Thank
mean
you.
that nobody else is. I think that's the whole point. It's
That's
like, guys,
true.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying I'm not great and awesome, but I'm just saying, like, don't let my great and awesome stop you from thinking you're like let's
Exactly.
remember we're a community. There's not,
Exactly.
it's a team. I really feel you on that.
Yes, girl.
That's the Leo Virgo energy. It's just like boom, 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 boom.
But you know what? I think in order to be a good leader, because like Leos are, the leader of the pack and everything. But I think in order to be a good leader is to also understand, like, I can't do everything. I can't be everything. And nor do I want to. Like, I like sitting amongst other people that have value, not just positioning myself as the one true person with all the wisdom. You know what I mean? Like, because
I do think we're in a culture. I do think we're in a culture now, and not everybody thinks this way. You always got to preface that, because I'm not trying to put this on everybody, but celebrity, fame, culture, all that stuff has put it in a position where I think sometimes it feels easier to be just like, you do it. It kind of takes this accountability pressure off.
Okay.
Where everybody is like, it's you. It's you.
This is
it's
true.
You,
This is true. And this goes back
tough.
to the firstborn daughter thing, where I felt like there's a lot of situations that I put on myself.
Yeah.
Because I let other people gas me into thinking I was the only one who could do it. But the reality is, and I want anybody who's watching this to really listen, the reality is they're not just encouraging you to do it because they think you can do it. And I know it sounds all nice and da-da-da. It's because they don't want to do it themselves.
That is true.
The real tea is they don't want to do it themselves. And there's a lot of people who just don't like looking in the mirror, looking inward and doing their own work. So they like being like, you're going to be the one. And I love a good encouragement. Sometimes other people will see things in you that you don't often see in yourself. I've had that moment with my real good friends that have been like, you're not maximizing where you need to be. That's a little different from someone being like, actually, no, like, you do it. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't feel like it.
Yeah, it's so true. Or yeah, I think all of that. Or like, I don't think that it can be done, so do it.
You know what? Then what the hell
And then
makes you think I'm gonna do it if it's never been done?
But then you do, and then it's like,
then
whoa.
they think you can conquer everything. Then it becomes a double-edged sword. Because
Yes.
then I'm like, now I'm expected to do everything.
It's so true.
But that's true as well. Like my dream job, that is this job now didn't exist in 2000. I couldn't even pray for that.
Okay.
I couldn't even pray for it.
Some things are just meant to be.
Yeah.
And that brings me again to Forever Mood, which she didn't like. I know what you would have expected, right? I mean, Jackie Aina, she would come in here with the Forever Mood package for your girl Keeks. That's not what happened.
Girl, we ain't got nothing.
She is all sold out, but she told me she's going to give me a little something. She's going to give me a little treat later, so I'm very excited about that. But
I'm going to give her my personal. Should I do it right now?
yes,
Hand me
that
the
little
Birkin.
pink bag, that pink bag,
Bring
honey.
the whole bag.
Y'all don't even know. She really did come here and give the whole bag.
This is the second bottle I've given away in 24 hours. I was at a dinner yesterday with my friend Wendy, who started Urban Decay in Cali Ray. It was her birthday.
Gosh, shout out to Wendy.
Yeah, shout out to Wendy. And literally someone was like, what perfume are you wearing? And I literally was like, girl, you're not going to find it. Just take mine. She was like, are you sure? And I was like, I'm dead serious. So Keke loves NDA. I'm wearing NDA right now. You were giving me compliments on it. It's been a little used.
Smells so good.
really
I'm really
good.
not playing with y'all right
And
now.
you're going to love this in the fall.
Oh,
Period.
Baby.
Ooh, you're going to love it in the fall, Keke. This is by the fireplace. This is cozy. This is cold weather. This is vanilla. This is smoked tobacco.
and I'm a
spiced
vanilla
rum.
girl. And I love the
you're
little
gonna
smoked
love
tobacco.
this.
Give me a little masculine
A
edge.
little smoky?
A little boss bitch.
Yes, exactly.
Love this.
Ooh,
Thank you.
Okay, prop. Yes.
Okay, we give it a little
Just make sure she's
shot.
sparkling though. Yeah, that's for you. I
Okay, let
do
me see.
give personal bottles away. If you ever see me out in public, and yeah, because Forever Mood is sold out, y'all. Like you cannot find in perfumes nowhere. We never even sent out PR when we launched our perfume.
But girl, this is the thing that you are that girl. You know what I mean? All jokes aside, all pressure aside, hey, sometimes, the girls that get it. The ones that don't. And I want to know what is next for you. What can we expect, girl? Like, are we going to get Jackie Aina in a movie? Like, what? Like, are you
Hell
going to
no.
be acting? Like, what is it going to be next? Because I love everything.
That's funny because I actually thought about acting like just for fun.
Why not?
Just because I like to try new things. I don't think I was very good at it, but like I took like a class and I took like just a little, like a little improv. It was fun. I
Very
think
cute.
it's always okay to try everything at least once, but I'm absolutely really taking this brand. Like I used to not even 5 years ago. If you had asked me what's next 7 years ago, I would have been like, I want to be in like every industry and I want to start a new brand here. Now that I have a brand and I know what it requires, I'm actually so hyper focused on Forever Mood. I don't even want to talk about nothing else until
I know that's right.
Forever Mood is, if not exactly where we want us to be as brand founders, because Dennis is my co-founder.
Yes,
If
Dennis.
shout out to my boo. If it's not exactly or like 90% where we want it to be, I'm not focusing or touching nothing until it's like at least 90% there. And I think
respect
to be
that.
good at something, you kind of have to, you can't get distracted because, and you of all people, I'm sure know.
It can be a lot to take on so much. I've had to
Yes.
get myself together. But when you have a lot of ideas, you want to go for them, you get so excited.
You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of support. You have one person saying you should do this. I have a guy. I have a number. I can set you up with this. I can do this. And it's extremely tempting.
Yeah.
It's extremely easy to get distracted. But I've learned how to practice better discernment and understanding. Actually, I kind of need to like stick with this and really stay hyper fixated and focus on it and not get too excited because ideas are great, but I got life to live. Like, I could do those things in 5 years, 10 years. If I want to, I may decide in 5-10 years, I may not even want to do that anymore.
You're such a fierce businesswoman that I think anything that you put your mind to is going to work out. And just seeing how you transformed and evolved in spaces that I don't think anybody could have seen coming is just a joy to watch. So props and hats off to you. Keep doing it.
Thank you. I feel the same way about you, Keke. Like, just paved the way and just how much discernment and like I hate to even say this word wisdom when talking about someone in childhood age because I feel like you should be allowed to just be a child, but it required a lot of you to take on the amount of wisdom that you did to get into this industry at such a young age.
Thank you
And
so much.
that's, girl, props to you for I really hope you lay in bed at night every night thinking like, well done. And even if everything stopped here, Keke, I hope you fall asleep at night knowing I've done enough. Like my impact has impacted enough. You don't even got to do nothing else, launch nothing else. And I know you're going to do that anyway because you're great and you're awesome and you're amazing. But you really,
That means the world.
No, I'm
and I
being
really
dead
do
serious.
feel it from you. And I feel like we have a kindred background in the sense where it's like it's community. It's the sense of like our families, our faith that have brought us this far and that made us even get to where we are. So I really do receive that from you because I know it's coming from such a true place.
Yeah, I just feel like, in our community, we're very like, oh, what's next? What's the next move? And da-da-da. Not enough people are like, actually, I'm doing great now. Like, thank you. I'm actually doing,
said, "Thank
I'm
you."
actually doing freaking amazing. Like, I feel good where I am now, you know?
Yeah.
No, facts. Like, what are you doing
But
next?
it's the
boo?
way
Like,
you say stuff is so on point. I'm telling you, it's that Leo ass energy. Okay, you know, people always talk about Leo and Virgo, and my best friend is a Leo, and she's like, you know, Virgos are who people think Leos are. And I'm like, I'm gonna tell you the difference. That fierce energy that people are talking about with Leos is that the ability to step out of that modesty and be like, no, I'm good. How are you, boo? When y'all hit them up with that, y'all are so fierce with that, where it's just like, this is the line, baby, and this is where it's drawn. Let's check on you. I live for that. I'm going to adopt some of that. And before I let you go, on my show, we always do a little game. This one's called Here For It or Not. Okay, I'm going to list some makeup trends, and you tell me whether you're here for them or not.
or
Sound
no.
good?
Okay, cool.
Okay, here we go. These names that they make, it becomes difficult to even say. Here we go. Skinimalism.
The hell is
The less
that?
is more. Right, exactly. The less is more approach. Here for it or not.
I'm actually here for it.
Okay.
I am.
Yeah.
Not for me, though. Well, sometimes, you know, for a cute little, you know, daytime beat, like if I got errands to run. Not everyday be face.
Lash art. It's like the lashes when they put on intricate designs on them, you know, feathers, beads, even miniature sculptures. I've seen some stuff out there. Here for it or not.
I mean, the artist in me has to say yes.
Yeah.
Because
For
there's a time and a
fashion
place.
show, I'm here for that.
There's a time and a place for everything. But for me, no.
Okay, floating eyeliner. Instead of the eyeliner being close to the lash, it's like unexpected places.
Oh, like graphic liner?
It could be that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It could be cute because you get fun with it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Neon freckles. Now, this is a new one. You know, pretty much freckles just with neon colors, creating a cool and playful look.
It's a no for me. But I
That sounds
respect
very
it.
Coachella-ish.
Very K.
Okay.
I like it. I love it.
Mismatched eyes. Wearing completely different eyeshadows on two different eyes. Like
Okay,
Christian Louboutin shoe.
I'd be here for that. Yeah, I'd be here for that.
I would be very interested to see what this looks like. I'm going to be Googling all of these. Nose contour art.
Why?
People using neon colors.
No.
This is what you was talking about when they was putting their face on with shoes and stuff. Some of this stuff is just going left field for no
No.
reason. What do
No.
we need a contour art
No.
for? Okay, last one. Drippy makeup. Have you
Ew.
seen that? You've seen it. It was a jump scare. I could feel it in your bones.
No. You wasting products. Girl, scoop that back in that jar. I would do that too. Yeah. Let me not violate no state board.
Ladies and
health
gentlemen,
violations.
Jackie, Aina, the amazing. We love you so much. Thank you for coming to the show.
We love you, Keke. Thank you for having me.
I'm leaving this conversation with Jackie looking at the beauty industry in a whole new way. Okay, it's one thing to love beauty, but it's a whole other thing to use it as a tool for real change. My biggest takeaways is that beauty industry isn't just about looking good. It's about making people feel good, feel powerful, and feel like they belong. It's about activating self-expression within the framework of belonging, so to speak. But listeners, this was just another one for the books, and I can't wait till next week to chat. Until then,